Constructing lives, constructing opportunities, and endless possibilities. Like that, we have our Mr. Ravi Pandey, our experienced civil engineer yet professional. Hello, sir. We welcome you from the side of Pro Trainee, which is on a mission to upskill the students to another episode of Through the Lens of Civil Engineer, a talk show with professionals. We welcome you, sir.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Ms. Kundo. Uh, I find a great opportunity to interact you, and I am very much privileged the way you have introduced me. We are in professional, being a part of our civil, and we are doing for the something with our country. So again, I am very thankful to you that you give me opportunity to express myself in that beautiful your audience or your company person who have made a contribution for your company and for your country. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll talk a bit detail about him. He is a junior manager in JSW Infrastructure Limited. He has an experience of 4 years and 10 months till now, and he has been working with them throughout. Not only this, he had been into one more internship before with JSW, and then moreover he has already worked in irrigation and other areas. So we will move forward to more information regarding his graduation details and his own point of view about civil engineering. Over to you.
Thank you, Miss. Uh, I have done my higher secondary from Bilaspur and senior secondary from Bhilai. Then I have pursued my BTech in civil engineering from State University, Bhubaneswar. Then I have joined JSW Infra, and that's it. That's my qualification.
Okay, so how did you start with civil engineering? Did you plan everything since the beginning? Like, was there some story behind how literally you were motivated in the beginning to enter this field?
Uh, our profession mainly decided by our parents. So that's the case. My grandfather, who dreamed about me as an engineer, a civil engineer, who made this all happen, and because of him, I am a civil engineer, and because of him, I am here. And it's his dream that's come true for me and for him.
Okay. So, what has been the biggest passionate idea? Like, you started working with, and you have an experience of 5 years, you're still working so much. There must be some dedication behind, right? What is the reason that you are so much dedicated to civil engineering?
Dedication. Reason is that if you are not dedicated to your work, you will be left behind by others. Because in this horse race of corporate, you need to be very much sincere, hard work, and main thing dedication. You have to do what you are doing with a dedication, with a passion, and with a innovation. That's make everyone dedicated to his work. That's it.
Wow. So, what do you feel like civil engineering has the biggest future?
Yes, of course. In every engineering field, civil engineering is the ancient one and it's a further one because what we are developing is a new project and what we are dismantling and renovating is a old project. So
Mhm.
from time to time, we have to redevelop, we have to revamp, we have to reconstruct, we have to build a new cities, we have to build new roads. So for new project, we need a civil engineer. For old or renovation work, we need a civil engineer. That's a wide opportunity in this field. That's why civil engineering is the last longing engineering field. Although we have the technology, I fully agree with that. But without a civil engineer technology, and civil engineer have to work with hand to hand, so that we need a civil engineer in such a way we have to manage that technology with innovation and with a means leading development, leading material, leading what we are design. So in every field we need a civil engineer for design, for redevelopment, for working with simultaneously in all the fields. So we have a great future in for civil engineering.
Okay. So, what has been the biggest ever achievement for you till now? The biggest ever project?
My biggest achievement is I have successfully completed two operational terminal in Paradeep, Odisha that contribute to 2 to 3% of Odisha GDP, and it's quite a proud for me that I have contributed to the Odisha development, to the country development, and big, to see this ports and this part of ports terminal in functional and operational and earning. It's a quite big achievement for me.
Wow. Okay. So, like, how many how many people imagine that we can enter into civil engineering without any professional skills? So that will definitely end up into some big major issue. So what are your opinions about trained and untrained people?
Uh, First of all, when we are at college and everyone who are completing his graduation from college, they don't know about the professionalism of corporate. So after taking training, after spending some time with professionals or the trained people, they come to know what are the real challenges, what they are going to do for their work. So training and internship or skills development are the main things that every student have to focus. When we come from our when we join this company, we are a student. We are a student from a college, pass out student. So it's a quite difficult for us to work in a professional or work on a ground because we hardly know anything about that work because in college you hardly know the site challenges. Site challenges means what you are going to do and how you are going to manage it. So training and for that, every company is providing 1 year or 6 months training for the engineers to the graduate who are going to work for them. Then only we are authorized to do any work or authorized to do or supervise any work. So training is a must. Either you take from outside, either you take from on-job training. It's a must. Then only you are authorized or you are authorized to supervise that work. So training is necessary.
Okay. So, do you believe that the economical standards of the nation is all set on the heads of all the constructors because economic background of the nation is set by all the civil engineers, right?
Mm.
So all these buildings and constructing sites help us to build our nation's economical background. What's your opinion about it?
Uh, for country well-being and country growth, we need an infrastructure. For that, uh, infrastructure is a must. But no country or no nation will spend on infrastructure without earning from other source because infrastructure requires cost. It's require it requires principal amount that we have to invest, and after investing that on the infrastructure, it's give benefit to the user. Means after investing on infrastructure, it's become a service to the consumer, service to the employee, service to the customer. So infrastructure It's a give its contribution in a hefty manner. Means in economic growth of the country, its contribution is hef- hefty, but it's required quite good amount of money. Initially, big investment is required in any infrastructure development, and by developing, unless and until we develop infrastructure, we are not going to be a develop. So infrastructure development is must for country economy.
Wow, I that was great.
Mm.
Um, what about your opinion regarding students should focus on theory as well as practical side both at the same time while doing internships and taking care of their degree all this while? Like, do you
Uh,
want to give some advice regarding how should they start studying in their college life?
First, study basically theory, and clearing is all papers, and it's a compulsory or necessary thing for every student.
Mm,
So these things they have to do. This is the must and must thing for every student. Theory is must. Then, if you are interested to go in a design or in a design sector or in a research sector, then you will have to focus on theory with apart from your quite internship and project. And if you are willing to do it on the on-site training or on-site job, then you will have to more focus on practical knowledge or experience or training on-site. So these are the difference for the people who want to go to design sector. They have to focus on training and higher research and articleship, uh, this thing. And for the person who are willing to do work on site, they have to focus on more practical knowledge and training, internship, like etc.
okay. So, um, do you uh, do you think like there are so many skills we can gather only when we are working under a company, because there can be software skills, there can be technical skills, there can be other side skills, even team management is also important. So what was your experience when you went into companies? How did you learn all those technical domains?
When we come out from our college, we are like a frog in a well. We hardly seen a big companies. We are hardly know about the big infrastructure project. When we come to our corporate sector, we come to know about various software and tutors who are giving training, who are developing our soft skill, hardware skills, and all things. So skill in the sense we need to learn about software and how we are managing and how we are making ease to work in every field. Like today, we hardly do documentation or we preserve data in a pen, in a paper or in a booklet. Everything we have to store or everything we have to present in our software or in a domain page. So these are the software which is available with big companies. And if you are going to join big companies, then they are going to give the access to that software. Without joining or without working in that environment, you cannot know about that software, various tools, software, or various apps are available for using to the professionals, which the professionals are using in today's.
Okay. So we see that you said there are different other skills we go through, right? So tell us your experience in the company, how you learned so many things.
Yes, I have learned about procurement, material management, and software like putting our performance, how to manage bill documentations. There are various softwares which are available with our company. We come to know bit by bit in first 2 years, we only hardly knew about our SAP and material management and procurement. Then we come to know about uh, as it means management skills. So management software, which we hardly uh, need to know, or we hardly go to any big institute or big MBA institute for that. We come to know from our that software only. So we have different kind of software with us. In that we are getting training by our company.
Okay. So, are you going to work with JSW in future as well, or are you planning to go into some other company?
Definitely, if my growth, everything dependent upon my growth. If somebody is providing me a good opportunity or good working platform, innovative or something challenging, then for my growth, I'm going to join that,
Okay.
because no company is good or no company is bad. It's all depend upon you how passionate you are to going to join, or how you are willing to grow, to see yourself to grow at different level, or to work in different form or in different verticals. That's it.
Okay. So, will you please explain about your specific skills as you said in the beginning that
Hmm.
you are proficient in this managing so many things? So, will you explain your technical domain?
Technical domains, in what means?
In as you said, you are working with railways, right? So, like,
Hmm.
what is your specific work in that?
Oh, like work related. In railways, first thing is uh, mapping, mapping and survey work. That what you can think or what you can imagine on ground, we have to do on reality. We have what we need to do first. We need to do a survey. Survey means what you are planning on paper, we have to put on ground that it is feasible or not. If it is feasible, then we are going to develop that area, develop that land for railway track. And there are various uh, process in that: bedding, formations, uh, then ballast, then rail slipper laying, rail linking, boxing, profiling, welding, and everything. Then lastly, we have to get a approval from various railway department. Then track is ready for you. And the big challenges is there when turnout. So you may quite heard about that, how trains are changing their tracks, one tracks to another track. That's a big challenge in railway, that we have to do a point or crossing, and we have to set a turnout. These are the main and critical things in the railway. So, uh, if you are listening as a layman person, you don't find it interesting. But as a engineer, as a civil engineer, if you are listening these words, these technical words, then it's a
Yeah.
quite valuable for you.
So, will you like to explain? Like, there are so many future aspects a civil engineer can go into. A person can be in marine, it can be in highways, it can be railways, it can be anything. Like, will you like to explain so many other aspects of civil engineering?
Yes, civil engineers are present in every field, like transportation, like operations, like mining, road, railways, marine, ship industries, port, or big steel plant, thermal plant. Everybody, it's a vast field. You cannot imagine what a civil engineer can do apart from his technical and core knowledge. He also can manage in various supply chain management, or core. Apart from core, he can also look after the operations, look after the maintenance of various things. And if you are more interested, if you are civil engineer is more curious to work in different department, then he can easily join a commercial. Commercial is a good thing for procurement, for uh, orders, for means material management. Commercial is a different aspects in for civil engineering. So anybody who wants to do a different thing from the sport, then he can join a commercial.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So, do you have any specific advice to give these aspiring students?
Yes, hello. Pardon, can you repeat?
I, I asked, like, do you have any specific motto in life? Do you want to pass on to these aspiring students to follow in their life?
Okay. Aspiring words for me or for every student must be work hard till you succeed. That's it.
So that is one of the last words told by Ravi Pandey, and he had been through us throughout the session to make us walk through the same path he had been doing all this while. So it was a great time with you. We definitely going to look after your words and follow them in our life. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your time.
Thank you, Mr.